August 1st, 1981, 12:01 in the morning, a single voice echoed across American television. "Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll." The screen flickered to life with images of a space shuttle launch, and then came the words that would define a generation. Video killed the radio star. MTV had arrived, and for 4 glorious years it was everything rock and roll promised to be: raw, unpredictable, dangerous. But something changed in 1985. The channel that launched a revolution began to kill the very thing it created. This is the story of how MTV destroyed rock music from the inside, and why 1985 was the year music television died. When MTV launched in '81, nobody really knew what they were doing. The network only had about 200 music videos in their library. Most record companies didn't even make videos yet. Radio was still king. Television was for news and sitcoms. The idea of a 24-hour music channel seemed insane. But something magical happened in those early years. Because MTV had so few videos, they played everything. British new wave bands that American radio refused to touch. Punk rockers with safety pins and mohawks. Art school weirdos making experimental films set to synthesizers. Prince, in all his purple androgynous glory, became a superstar even though radio programmers didn't know what to do with him. David Bowie, who had been making music videos since the '70s, suddenly found a whole new audience. His song "Let's Dance" became massive because MTV played it constantly. Van Halen made a low-budget video for Jump that cost maybe $500, just beer money and some camera equipment. But it turned them into global superstars. Cyndi Lauper walked through the streets in "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun" and became a feminist icon. Tina Turner, who the music industry had written off as finished, came roaring back with "Ball of Confusion" and never looked back. MTV didn't care about the old rules. If the video was interesting, they played it. If the artist was weird, even better. The original 5 VJs became celebrities themselves. Nina Blackwood, Mark Goodman, Alan Hunter, J.J. Jackson, and Martha Quinn. They weren't polished television hosts. They were music fans who got to share what they loved with the world. And viewers felt like they were part of something new, something rebellious, something that their parents didn't understand. 1984 marked a shift. Warner Communications spun off MTV into a new corporation called MTV Networks. The business people started to pay closer attention to the numbers, the demographics, the advertising revenue. And they noticed something interesting. The most popular videos weren't the punk bands or the experimental artists. They were the polished, big-budget productions. Michael Jackson's Thriller cost $500,000 to make, and it looked like a Hollywood movie. Madonna's videos were slick and provocative. Duran Duran filmed on yachts and in exotic locations. The executives saw an opportunity. If expensive videos got better ratings, then MTV should focus on artists who could afford expensive videos. That meant major label artists. That meant pop stars. That meant playing it safe. In August of 1985, something crucial happened. Viacom purchased MTV Networks. The sale happened in stages, but by May of '86, Viacom owned 69% of the company. This wasn't just a change in ownership, it was a fundamental shift in philosophy. Viacom was a massive media conglomerate. They understood television, they understood advertising, but they didn't understand the chaotic, anything-goes spirit that made MTV special. They saw MTV as a product, a brand, something that could be optimized and controlled. The same year, MTV launched a sister station called VH1, specifically targeting an older audience with classic rock. This split was telling. MTV would focus on the young demographic, teenagers, the ones who bought the most records and the most merchandise. But that meant catering to teenage tastes. which the executives believed meant playing the safest, most commercial music possible.